Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you guys. I had to think for a minute. So guys, I'm not going to be long, but this is not going to really be a feel-good message. It's just going to be an authentic and truthful message to some of you. Not all. But I wanted to talk to you all about when God starts sending fire to start burning up things and people in your life, places in your life, before he advances you or take you to the next level or to the next season, whatever it is that you want to call it. But see, what we don't realize is that sometimes it's the people that we have around us who are blocking our blessings. And that can be for different reasons. That can be because, again, you chose the person on your own accord. Let it be a spouse or whatever. And that was somebody that God maybe never had, for you. It can be, just an unhealthy, toxic relationship sometimes in our community that we hold on to family members because we're quote unquote blood, versus realizing that sometimes people around you, including some family, can be toxic. And being around toxic people in toxic environments as well can really block your blessings. Because if God wants to advance you, he wants to give you more. And again, if you have the wrong people around you who he doesn't want to be part of those blessings, he's going to hold that blessing from you, right? So eventually he'll start giving you signs, letting you know that it's time to leave some people behind. And you probably have already gotten those signs, but you ignore them. You may ignore them, but you feel and deep down in your soul that it's time for you to walk away from some people. And again, you have to question the seed that you're operating from in the season. Because if you're dealing with abandonment issues and you're dealing with self-esteem and rejection and all those issues, it's going to be hard to walk away from people. So anybody who's dealing with abandonment issues, how can walking away from somebody be easy? It will be extremely difficult. But here's the thing. We can ignore things all we want. But God loves us so much and he's ready to give you so much more, that eventually he's going to play with you and let you, give you these little hints over and over, give you signs and clues over and over. Let this person disrespect you or play with you or, whatever, over and over. And you can keep overlooking it all you want. But at some point, either he can walk away from you and give somebody else that blessing because you're making your head hard, or if he really, really wants you, then he will allow that person to leave and walk away from you. And that's going to hurt way more than you yourself mustering up that strength to be able to walk away from them. So you have a choice. Either you start preparing yourself and doing what it takes for you to walk away from that situation, from that person, from that family member, or do you want to take the chance and then have God snatch that rug from under your feet? Because see, when he snatches it, he's not coming to play. Because see, he's already played with you. He's already played with you, us, time after time again. He's trying to say, hey, listen, I don't want to hurt your little feelings, boo. So I'm going to give you a chance. Just start inching yourself away from it. And you're playing around with it. So because you're playing around with it, now he's lost patience with you. So it's almost like, okay, I'm just going to snatch this rug from under your feet since you don't want to listen. I'm trying to give you better. So I'll snatch. And when he snatches it, child, when he snatches it, he's going to snatch your edges with it. It's going to be extremely painful. So if you're right now in that season where God is hinting at you to relocate, to start pulling away from some family members. And again, in our community, that's very, very hard because, most times in our community, we're very close-knitted. You got big mamas in the house, you got grannies and, the grandkids, everybody's in one house or like living on the same land or just very close by and close-knitted, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful, a beautiful thing to have. However, when he's pulling one, two, or several people out of the environment to do bigger things, for one to give you more, but for two to go back and be able to, help your family and invest in your family, then he got to snatch you. He got to snatch you, and it's going to feel raw. And sometimes it's not going to always be snatching the way you think. Sometimes you may think, okay, well, he may just allow me to lose my job, so I have to relocate, right? It could be that, or it could be a huge family blowout and disagreement, and everybody is against you, and you were the one that wasn't even in the wrong, but everybody flipped on you. That's a raw feeling. And so again, God is not considered at this, he's not considering your feelings at this point, because you didn't take the hints that you needed to start, weaning yourself from the person or from the place or from the thing. So at this point, he's not concerned about your feelings. Your little feelings are hurt, but he will get his will done. So again, that can be, your spouse, family members, relocating from a place, losing your job and whatever. You know what that thing is. We all have our different things that God is, trying to advance us on. But my whole point of this video is that if I can help someone to understand that if you're getting hints now, and the more and more this season is about to come to an end, and when I speak about seasons, I don't mean, the year, that too, I guess. I don't know. Some people are, caught up with the new year, and I'm going, listen, I'm not worried about no new year. I change seasons when I feel like the season is up, and that's not based on a new year for me. A new year is all fine, blessed and grateful, but I change seasons whenever, I feel like the season is ending or beginning, regardless of what part of the year that it is. So again, because we are going into a new season, if it's the new year for you, by all means, great. If it's a new season in general, where he's ending a season and he's opening up to give you a whole fresh start, he is not going to allow you to take anything old that is not helping you to grow and prosper into the new season. Everything will be shut down. So you have to ask yourself, do I really want it? And sometimes, again, even if you don't want it, you're going to get it regardless. But it's so important to just get in tune to what he's asking you. If he's asking you to relocate, there's a bigger purpose behind it. And I know you feel like, I can't because the whole family depends on me. And I got to get Big Mama her meds on the first of the year, first of the month. And I got to get my daughter's kids out of school because her car's broke down. Listen, we can have 1,000 excuses. But one thing I've learned about people is this. When you walk away, people will find a way. They just don't find a way because you're always present. You're always there. And truth of the matter is, sometimes you're handicapping them, including your own children at times. So sometimes you have to move that fear out of the way and just take the step. And when you start to think about it too long, you're not going to take the step. I got a couple of friends who have been telling me for the longest that, God has been asking them to relocate. I relocated about 6 months ago, but God has been asking them to relocate. And when I talked to them during the time, they were so amped up about it and they were so geeked up about it and the spirit was moving. And now it's it's not even in their conversation anymore. That's why it's important that when that spirit is on you, you got to do it then, because the grace is now on you to cover you and give you that strength, during that time. But if you keep sitting there and just, I'll do it next month, procrastinating and just kind of, before you know it, you're right back into that sunken place. You're right back into that stuck place, exactly where Satan wants you. And now you're back dealing with depression. You're back dealing with unhealthy, toxic relationships of all sorts, when God has given you the light, given you the grace, and say, okay, I need you to move. But you're counting all these things in your head. Well, my kids won't be able to, they can't cook, so I got to cook a whole Sunday meal for the week. I can't, listen. Technology has made it so easy nowadays. It's almost like you've never left your family. You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got TikTok, you got FaceTime, fly back and forth, drive back and forth, whatever. But when you leave, that's when you're going to realize that those people truly never really needed you. You were convenient. But now they got to figure it out for themselves. And that's a blessing, because you're now growing, so you're now helping them to grow and stretch. It is your time. It is your season. This clock is ticking. So if God is asking you to relocate, and you're having a difficult time, listen, get into prayer, fasting, but most importantly, move when you feel that power, that spirit on you at the time. Because there's a time, and when that time is. You feel very energetic. You just feel like you can just lift a mountain, like you're all motivated, like when that time is. Move then. Because even if you start having second thoughts, it'll be too late. You've already moved. And then God will start, opening doors for you, and then you'll move forward and move forward and move forward and move forward. If he's asking you to leave somebody, whoever that is, whoever, friends, family, relation, whoever, if he is telling you to leave that person and you're not listening or taking the necessary steps, and I say steps because everybody's not strong enough to, respectfully, everybody's not strong enough to just pull away from somebody. But if you're not taking the necessary steps, like working towards breaking the soul tie, working towards, your independence separately, if you're not taking the necessary steps, when he makes that person leave you or hurt you so bad that you have to leave, that's going to be a nasty, nasty feeling. But he's trying to work with you. So I hope this helps somebody, because again, there's so many blessings that are pending, and it's one fight within its own spiritual realm of Satan not wanting to allow us to believe these blessings are for us. And he's constantly throwing, warfare at you in different areas and all that nonsense. That's one thing. But, so you have to fight that in the spiritual realm. But you have to do some things in the physical realm yourself. So God can show you a vision. He can give you promises. But how are you getting yourself prepared to receive it? So I hope this can help someone. So you guys comment and let me know, or, let's all join in the community and see how we can help each other. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.